On today's video, we'll talk about how everyone thinks Madara is him and they forget that Hashirama exists. So to start off, we have to explain their battles over the years. So to start off, they're evenly matched. They're just fighting, doing their thing. Meanwhile, we see Izuna trying to battle Tobirama. Actually thought he put him under Genjutsu for a moment and slapped him up, and then Tobirama got his get back and catch him lacking. So Tobirama uses an explosion to his advantage and catches Izuna lacking, gets the drop on him, defeats him, and then Madara has to run to Izuna's aid and retreat. At this point, the Uchiha have basically lost the fight, and surprisingly Hashirama offers Madara a truce. Madara considers his offer knowing he's lost, and Izuna's like, hell no. So Madara has no choice but to listen to his younger brother, and he decides to retreat. Afterwards, we see Izuna dies, and Madara obtains the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, and he goes back to fight the Senju again. He informs both Tobirama and Hashirama that Izuna is dead, and then he proceeds, whips out his Susanoo, and gets ready for battle. Man, he whips out the Susanoo, and Hashirama gives him the beats with some wood branches. And it's the funniest thing you'll ever see. After they warm up, Madara pulls out his final Susanoo, and Hashirama pulls out this wood golem, and they decide to have a go at it. Madara decides to whip out the Susanoo sword. Meanwhile, Hashirama is still trying to persuade him for peace. But we all know Madara is not the pacifist type, so Hashirama's like, oh yeah? And bro turns to Saitama One Punch Man because he destroys Madara. Afterwards, we see Madara has been defeated and Tobirama is ready to get his kill. But then Hashirama gets mad and says that no one could touch him, and Tobirama has to back off. So to keep it even between clans, Madara instructs Hashirama to either get rid of Tobirama or get rid of himself as a peace offering. Tobirama's like, nah bro, let's get rid of him right now. And honestly, I can't blame him, because considering the amount of shit that Madara starts up in the war and all the other stuff that he does, I would have honestly agreed with Tobirama. We all know what Hashirama does. He decides to sacrifice himself to the surprise of no one. This causes Madara to stop him and finally offer a peace offering between the Uchiha and the Senju. So as soon as things start going great for both clans, of course Tobirama has to stick his nose in and say, oh no, we can't trust the Uchiha. I don't know if I should blame Tobirama for this or if he just predicted the future. As soon as he says that, we get a flashback to when Madara reveals his true nature to Hashirama and decides to become a rogue ninja while explaining to Hashirama the true meaning of power and the secret behind the Uchiha stone. Is Tobirama at fault here or not? What do you guys think? And now we get to the main event. Madara has finally returned for a showdown against Hashirama. Hashirama lets him know that he doesn't want to kill him, but then Madara is like, do you imply that you could kill me anytime? And Hashirama's like, well, yeah, but no. So keep in mind, Madara has Kurama clad in Susanoo, and he got the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan at his disposal. The only thing Hashirama's got is this wooden golem, along with these hands, which absolutely demolish Madara's Susanoo. Then Hashirama leaps forward because the only thing that's left to do now is put the Kyuubi out of Madara's control. So after he achieves that completely and gains control of the Kyuubi, he hops down to where Madara is, and he's like, oh, I hope you ain't forget I got hands for days. Let's run it. That's all Madara needs to hear because he's with it as well. After a long battle, we see that both of them are at their limit, and Madara gets the upper hand while Hashirama goes down due to fatigue. Then, of course, we see Madara smirking, knowing that he's won. But then we realize Hashirama got one more trick up his sleeve, as he's tricked Madara, as he knows his weakness is he never watches his back. Both the audience and Madara realize that Hashirama has used a wood clone in order to trick Madara into believing that he has won, but is it indeed quite the opposite? And with that, the battle concludes with Hashirama winning, while cementing himself as him at the same time.